All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us today for our August summer training webinar on Crisis Alert. My name is Lacey. We have Kayla with us as well. What's going to be happening during our session today is I'm going to give a brief introduction to the topics we're going to be covering, and then I'm going to turn it over to Kayla, who's going to go ahead and go through the presentation for us.
All right, awesome.
Kayla, can you pop to the next? Thank you. All right, so just a quick reminder. So this presentation is for those who use the Crisis Alert admin panel. So administrators, responders, badge managers, SROs. Just as a reminder, this is not a training intended for general staff. And the topics that Kayla will be covering today are the function and capabilities of the mobile and desktop applications, how to access the web portal, information about training your staff, and then we're going to conclude the session today with a live Q&A portion. If you do have any questions that come to mind as we're going through the presentation, on the bottom toolbar there is a Q&A button, so you can click on there, type in your question, and then I'll be monitoring that chat as Kayla is doing the presentation. If it's a question that maybe requires a little more extra detail, I'll be saving that towards the end. Otherwise, I'll try my best to get answers over to you. So Kayla, whenever you're ready.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Lacey, for the introduction. And good afternoon, everyone. I am Kayla, and I'll be walking you all through the summer webinar training for today. So we're going to start off with the function and capabilities of the mobile and computer applications. We'll walk through receiving the alerts, closing alerts, as well as activating alerts. When receiving an alert on the mobile app, it's going to pop up on your screen, similar to the visual shown. To note, the specific location information is not provided for app-initiated alerts. And I'll kind of give you all some more background on what that means. But essentially, when you do receive an alert, it'll pop up as shown on the visual. It does play a distinct sound. From there, you'll have all the details of the alert as to where the alert is currently being activated at. So you'll have the classroom, for example, 106, and then you'll have the staff member's name, first and last, will be shown. Then you can take it a step further by selecting the alert, and it'll take you to a visual representation map of your campus layout and showing the exact location of that particular staff member. So as shown, it says main floor auditorium, William Fresco. So that's a great example of what you would see on the mobile app. Now, when closing an alert, we first want to note that you want to ensure all parties are fine involved in the situation, whether it was a staff needing assistance or a student needing assistance. We just want to make sure everyone is fine, the issue has been resolved. Once that is done, we'll go ahead and close the alert out, pressing the close alert button. You'll select the most accurate reason for the alert. So we have a list of different reasons, whether it's medical, physical altercation, a campus threat, so on and so forth. Again, you just want to select the most accurate alert so you have accuracy within your alerts report, which we'll discuss later. But once you select the reason, so for this example, suspicious behavior, you'll close the alert out and it'll disappear from all of your responders' mobile apps and desktop apps. Right? And then this is just another example of closing that alert out, depending on if you, so this is with, excuse me, I want to back up, make sure you understand. This is with the safety blueprint assets that can be shown or pop up on your mobile apps. And then this is with the app without the safety assets being shown and tagged on the app. So you have two options depending on if you have that implemented at your site. And then you can also view the alert history by simply going to alert history at the bottom right-hand corner. From there, you'll have all of the information of the previous alerts that have been activated. You'll have the timestamps, and then you'll also have the reason why the alert was closed and who activated the alert, and then of course, who closed/responded to that alert. And here's a sample view of the campus-wide alerts that can be initiated at your site. This is solely based on your district, so the district can pretty much pick and choose which campus-wide alerts they do want to leverage based off of the crisis alert system and for what reason. So you have a lockdown, you'll have hold, secure, evacuate, and shelter, and then you have the corresponding color that you would see on the alert strobes throughout the campus. Now, when activating any of the campus-wide alerts, you want to note that a lockdown should only be activated on the app if you are off campus and get a call about an emergency. Essentially, you'll press the red button in the middle, and it'll take you through a 3-step process. This is very important that we're selecting the proper alert types and the right personnel is actually activating the alert. So first, you'll select your campus, then you'll select the actual alert type. So you'll have the list of campus-wide alerts. Again, that's been decided by your district. You'll have the corresponding colors. So the colors you see shown are the colors that will activate on your alert strobes throughout the campus. From there, you want to confirm the alert and location. Once that's confirmed, you'll activate it by sliding this toggle over to the right. You'll have a 5-second window before the alert has a campus-wide alert is activated throughout the site. And then you also have 5 seconds to potentially cancel that alert if need be. All right, and now we'll segue to the Crisis Alert computer application. The computer app is very similar to the mobile app, but it is a little bit different in terms of just how it's displayed on the screen, given that your computers are a little bit larger than your phones. It's going to be a little bit of a different layout. So in order to access the computer app, you first need to make sure that the Crisis Alert app is pushed out to all computers. And as a responder and admin, you'll have the ability to actually log in. Everyone else in terms of your staff will just have the app living in the background of their devices. But again, as a responder and admin, you'll have the ability to right-click the app to log in, same credentials that you created from the beginning, and then you'll have access to the desktop app. And once you're logged in, it will keep you logged in indefinitely unless you log yourself out. When you do receive an alert, it will be a pop-up on your screen. So from here, this is what you will see. You'll have the blueprint map layout of your campus. You'll have the red dot indicating where the staff member is. And then on the right-hand side, you'll have all the details of the staff alert, who clicked their badge, and then it'll be written out where they are. So in this instance, it's a staff alert by James Smith in the cafeteria. From there, of course, your responders will respond. All right, now accessing the web portal, this is going to be for users. So under users, you'll have assigning badges, removing badges. You'll have badge health option, which goes through the just making sure all badges are healthy, and then it'll also indicate the badges that are not. You'll have the alerts report. You'll have the responders report as well, and then badge training will be covered in the next session. So to access the web portal, it's web.centegix.com. And I always suggest if you are an admin or a badge manager, even just to go ahead and bookmark or favorite the website so you have easy and quick access to it. So once you are logged into the portal, same credentials that you created. Again, it's going to be the same across all platforms in regards to Crisis Alert CENTEGIX. You'll do the drop down in the top right-hand corner to go to the admin panel. Once you're in, you'll have the users tab at the top top left-hand corner. And this is where you want to assign badges. So all the badges do have a QR code on it. Once you are, open up your scanner, get everything set up, you'll go ahead and pull those badges, scan the QR code utilizing the provided scanner next to that particular staff member's name. So you'll just click scan badge, scan that QR code, and it's automatically going to populate and be assigned to that staff member. So really simple process. I kind of think of doing it like a self-checkout type of deal. It's really quick and easy to get this particular part done. And then preparing badges for assignments. So depending on which version of the system you have, this badge to the left does not need any additional steps to actually activate and prepare for that overall badge assignment process. The barcode is on the front, so you'll just literally scan badge, scan that barcode, and you are good to go. Now, if you have the badge on the right-hand side, the badges do need to be woken up prior to assigning them. So it's literally a matter of just pressing and holding the button. It'll flash green. From there, the badge is awake. And then you are able to proceed by flipping a badge over scanning the QR code, and then the badge will be assigned to that staff member. So again, it's just depending on which version of the system you have, and then you'll proceed with the particular steps based on that. Right now, deactivating or removing a badge, very straightforward. Let's say a staff member is no longer a part of the school working there, or they just lost their badge and need a replacement for a new one. It's very simple as going to the search bar, searching that particular staff member's name. You'll go to the edit button and it'll have a drop down. So you'll either replace the badge with the new one, or you'll remove the old badge from them. Very simple process with that. Now, in terms of the badge health, this is where you get a status update of all the badges on your campus. And essentially, when you do get badges, everyone should be listed as healthy. You'll see the status options are healthy, unhealthy, replace, low battery, and then badge not seen recently. Everyone should, for the most part, show a healthy status. But if not, if it's a red or orange status, we have the key for you to leverage so you know exactly what the status means. And then, of course, from there, you will want to go ahead and swap that badge out for a new badge so that it's healthy and working as it should. And this is critical to get help when it is needed, and also ensuring that everyone has a healthy working badge for any type of incident or emergency that may occur. And essentially, your badge manager will be the one to check this maybe every 1 to 2 weeks. And any badge statuses that are anything other than green will automatically populate to the top of the list. So that badge manager, when they do check the report and the health of all badges, they're able to automatically know who they need to contact to go ahead and replace that particular staff member's badge. And then we have the alerts report. And this is why I stated earlier that it is important to select the most accurate reason for an alert when you close it out, so that it is then accurate on your official alerts report. So all the alerts that have been activated here will be shown. You'll be able to see a full breakdown as to what the alert was, who opened it, who closed it, what time. And then you can also leverage the graphs that we have here. And you can also organize it based off the columns. So you have the drop downs and you can choose the different site names or the alert location, so on and so forth, to really review that data. So this is great to just see exactly how your staff is leveraging the system, and then also for what reasons. And you also have your responders report. So this is very helpful to see exactly who are your site responders, your SROs, your district admin, who has access to what. So this kind of also gives you a breakdown in terms of accessibility, who will receive the staff alerts, who will not receive the staff alerts. So for this example, district admin typically do not receive staff alerts, but they will receive any campus-wide or site-wide alerts, such as your lockdown. Your site responders will be able to receive all of the alerts, and the check boxes literally tell you exactly if it's activated, to receive, to close based off of that alert. So this is definitely great to just kind of get an overview of all of the responders, or who do you have as a responder and who has access to what. And then you'll have your CENTEGIX support center. It's going to be success.centegix.com. Very, very helpful. This can also be found in the drop down. Once you log into the portal itself, it'll say support portal. From there, it'll take you to this website, and you'll have a full breakdown of all of the crisis alert materials, whether you need additional assistance or information with the admin panel, the mobile application, the badges, training resources, which is a great source to leverage, because definitely with back to school, we just want to make sure every staff is up to speed and refreshed on the information in terms of the crisis alert system. So definitely another amazing resource that we have available to you all. And then training your staff. So we're going to discuss best practices, avoiding inadvertent lockdowns, and then, of course, badge training mode. The best practices with testing out the badges with your team is to begin by showing the 5-minute staff training video that can be found on Success Portal. or support portal, but success.centegix.com under training resources. And then it will say CENTEGIX Crisis Alert Overview video. Very helpful. It's a 4-minute video, again, going high level overview of how to utilize the badge, how to wear the badge, and how to activate any alerts with the badge. Next, you'll have all staff practice using their badge and badge training mode via the admin panel, and we suggest one at a time. You'll wait 2 minutes after entering badge training mode before activating alerts. We'll also then distribute the badges one at a time to your staff. And then from there, each staff member will get the chance to practice at a staff alert, thus ensuring it is properly assigned and staff knows how to initiate the alert. And then once that is complete, we will wait 5 minutes after the last badge alert before ending badge training mode. And this just ensures that we don't have any alerts while in badge training activate as a live alert if we end the session prematurely. So this slide, we're going to go through avoiding inadvertent lockdowns. And essentially, we want to keep this at a minimum. In order to do that, we have a list of different ways to avoid that. And before I get into that, I just want to note that over 75% of the inadvertent lockdowns were initiated by badge users who did not go through badge training. All right, and that was what we just discussed in the previous slide. And then you'll treat your badge as live even when you are off campus. So that's definitely important to note as well. Now, avoiding inadvertent lockdowns, anyone with a badge must have gone through badge training to practice pushing the button on the badge. We'll go through responder training on the CrisisAlert app/desktop and also discuss at staff meetings and practice badge training on a regular. So it is suggested that your staff goes through badge training at least once every semester, 1 to 2 times every semester, to kind of create that muscle memory with utilizing the badge. Now, should an inadvertent lockdown occur, we want to immediately communicate with site responders and then review protocols and procedures for your site. And lastly, well-trained staff are less likely to trigger inadvertent lockdowns. And again, the biggest thing is making sure your staff has thoroughly went through badge training and knows how to actually activate the badge and how the system works. Now, scheduling a badge training session is very simple. You'll go again to the admin panel. On the left-hand side, it says badge training. From there, you want to click that button that says schedule training session. You'll have the options to train for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and then you can also either start the session now or at a future date. So schedule time, you'll have the calendar and you can select what date and time you want to schedule for that badge training session. Now, it is important to note, while you are in badge training, your crisis alert system will be offline for that duration of time that you chose. So if you chose a 30-minute session, your system will be offline for that 30-minute period, meaning no live alerts will be activated, no staff or no site responders will be receiving any alerts, and every alert will be captured within the session. So once you create the session, you'll have a view similar to this, where you'll have the session countdown, so you know exactly how much time you have left in that session. And then from here, this is where you want all of your staff to click and test out their badges one at a time, right? So it'll be a 3-click activation. Their name is going to show on the screen. It'll say they did a 3-click. And then from there, this also confirms that their badge is not only working, but assigned correctly. And then in addition to that, your staff will feel comfortable and confident with utilizing the new badge and knowing how to also wear the badge as well. Right? And the training session consists of showing the staff training video, which discussed. You'll go to the success.centegix.com in the training resources folder to find the video, putting the system into badge training mode, which we just shown, distributing one badge at a time, and then lastly, having staff practice using their badge in badge training mode. So again, your staff will click their badge multiple times. We do one by one, but multiple clicks doing the staff alert. And we do suggest, again, that we are doing these training sessions quite frequently, once every semester, just to ensure that your staff again is abreast of how the system works, a refresher if need be, and everyone is kind of creating that muscle memory with the crisis alert system. Right, so that concludes the presentation. I will now open the floor to you all who may have any additional questions for us, and we can get that answered.
Great.
So you can leverage the chat or it says Q&A, I believe. Yep, and then you can drop your questions in that chat box.
Yeah, thank you, Kayla. So we'll give everyone just a moment in case any questions come to mind. We have no outstanding questions to address at the moment. So just give them about a minute or so. Okay, so we have one question that came in, Kayla. How do I set up a password for the program? So how would somebody go about setting up a password?
Yes, so to set up the password, you want to reach out to your admin at your school. They'll be able to then go into the admin panel and send you a welcome email. With the welcome email, it'll be sent to your school inbox. The email the email that you have associated with your school, it'll be sent to that inbox. From there, it'll walk you through the steps of creating that password with Crisis Alert, and then you'll have access to then get into the admin panel, log into the mobile app, so on and so forth. So that would be something you want to make sure you get in contact with your admin at your particular site, and they can provide that password welcome email to you.
Perfect.
Any other additional questions?
Anyone else has any? Go ahead and put them in the Q&A. Okay, so we do have another one that came in. How do I set someone as a responder? I have them as admin, but they are not getting alerts.
Yes, so in order to do that, you'll need to go again to the admin panel to users. From there, it'll say an edit button. When you go to the edit button, you'll have the option to see all the different selections that you can provide for that particular staff member. So if they need to be unselect admin, and then you'll select site responder so that they then receive the alerts. And the biggest thing is making sure that they save changes so that everything will change and update in the system.
All right,
What if the badge is not working or if it's not returned to us? So if the badge is not working, you'll need to swap out the badge with a new badge. And if it's not returned to you all, it depends on you all's protocol for that. I've seen some schools charge for unreturned badges or lost badges. If it's not returned to you all, that's got kind of based off of what you all want to do in terms of that. And you can then pull from your surplus of badges and reassign that staff member a new badge if need be.
Just give a few more seconds in case anybody else has any questions.
So what about drill reports? So your drill reports will be shown within your alerts report. And then you can see you can select the different, the drop down, and you can select just drills, and you'll see all the drills that have been activated at your particular site. So you'll have to go to the admin panel, and then you'll go to alert reports. It's shown on the left-hand side on the menu bar. And then from there, you'll see all of the alerts, and then you can select just drills, and then you can see specifically drills that have been activated at your school.
Let's give another moment or so in case anyone else has any questions. Again, you can just put them in the Q&A in the bottom toolbar. Kayla, while we're waiting in case people are typing, why don't we go ahead and go to the next slide?
Okay.
And then we'll see if any questions come up in the meantime as well. Okay, so if you do have any additional questions that come to mind after our webinar is concluded, multiple ways you can access information. So one of them, as Kayla mentioned in the presentation, we have the support website, which is success.centegix.com. You just use your CENTEGIX credentials to log in. A nice thing about the site is that up in towards the top of the screen, there's a bar. You can type in a keyword, hit search, and it'll pop up articles relating to that topic. If you're not able to find what you're looking for on the support portal, you can always email support@centegix.com, or you can give us a call at 800-950-9400. 9202, extension 2. All right, so I didn't see any other questions pop in. So we want to thank everyone so much for your time for joining us today. And again, if you have any questions, you have all these resources you can reach out to. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you guys for your time. Have a good one.